A J-Mix exclusive.
Hey, this is D-Mart, Machiavelli Man, kicking it with J-Mix.
What it do, world? This is the legendary Cocaine, and I'm kicking it with J-Mix.
What's good? It's your man Money B. Sending a super shout out to the homie J-Mix and everybody at Tupac Nation got
Man, this is Robert J. kicking it with J-Mix. And you know, I'm from the scope. Fillmore. We make 100 more. J-Mix.
This is Phil Brewster kicking it with J-Mix on Tupac Nation.
This is Mike Mosley kicking it with J-Mix. Alright, cool.
Hello all, it's J-Mix here, and I'd like to welcome all my YouTube subs and viewers to an exclusive outtake with Machiavelli producer, Mr. Darryl Harper. In this clip, which was cut for time, we talk about was Tupac, M.O.B, and little riffs between Darryl and Tupac and Darryl and Snoop. So without any further ado, I'll get right on into this exclusive outtake with Darryl Harper. Darryl, I've talked to several people who say Tupac was aligning himself with Suge's set, the Blood Gang.
Oh, yeah.
The debate is, was Pac repping M.O.B for real?
Yeah, there's no debate. I mean, in my mind, there was no debate. He embraced Suge and all that Suge was about. You know, he embraced M.O.B, the whole little thing. Now, how much in depth he was going to go with that? Because like I told you, he was really going another way with this Machiavelli thing. So I don't know if there was still room and space in his mind and his heart for a mob situation but then it could have been on a different level because like I told you, he wasn't, in my mind, trying to get away from Suge. He wanted his label to go through Death Row Records. You know, that's what I was hearing him say. That's what I was hearing was going to talk around the studio. So, but I just don't know if he would have been riding on tracks and representing Mob like he would have when he became Machiavelli. You know, when he would have been accepted as, now I'm not Tupac, I'm Machiavelli. I don't know if he was going to represent that as much. You know what I mean? Once he was able to be a little more freer and go his own direction. I can't speak for him. But, because that could have been also a part of, you know, the whole going in the new direction thing, not representing as much as about the mob as, you know, that he had been doing.
Tupac was known to be a hothead. Did you ever have any problems with Pac?
Yeah, I had one. I had one with him and one with Snoop. But I'll say the one with Tupac. One time, Tupac was asking me to do something at the piano. And I believe we were working on Machiavelli. We were certainly working on Machiavelli. And I believe it was the same day that I asked him to fix something on a track. And he looked at me, he said, no, do that and just leave it like that. And I was like, something. And I kind of, because he yelled at me, and I kind of like raised the eyebrow. And I just turned around, looked at me and said, did you hear me? Like, and that was a big, big dilemma going on inside of you right then. You were wrestling. It's the same way I felt when Suge grabbed me. It was, I mean, here you are, a grown man, and spent your whole life being a man, and now you got a grown man yelling at you in your face. You know what I mean? Did you? And then when I kind of hesitated when he said that, is there a problem? Like, I was like, oh, no, Pop, it ain't no problem, you know. But that was something to have to endure. I knew better than to raise up at him or act like, you know, I was about to do something, you know, because I definitely wouldn't be on this phone talking to you today. At least not in English. You know, I might be mumbling something to you because they would have got with me. Yeah, you didn't want to, you know.
Darryl, who would have got with you?
I would have had to deal with whoever was there. Really, and definitely, you weren't about to diss none of the stars. You know, producers came a dime a dozen. And I was a brand new producer, and didn't really have any value at the label. It would have been nothing for them to part ways with me and then leave me in parts. You know what I mean? A little bit of me over here, a little bit of me over there. It wouldn't have been no problem. It wouldn't have been no problem. You know, and I genuinely believe that they love me over at Death Row. I really dug a place for me there, you know. but it was personal. I'm like, Snoop and Tupac.
You had issues with both Snoop and Tupac?
I remember a particular time when Tyrone had did this beat for Pop. And the beat was a parody of a Fritz tone. It had that sound in it. And now at the same time, Snoop was working on the same beat, but he was actually looping it. He was looping the actual Prince beat. And when I went back to his studio, I'm gonna keep this real. I ain't never told this to nobody. When I went back to Snoop's studio, I heard him playing on that beat. But now in the front studio, Hurt 'Em Bad was doing a beat for Pac, but Pac didn't want Prince's beat. He wanted Hurt 'Em Bad to do his own beat, and then use that sound that was in there, the distinctive sound that let you know what song that was out of Prince's song. He wanted that to override, to lace that over Tyrone's beat. So he did that, you know. Now, Snoop was in the hallway right by the studio that Tyrone's equipment was still set up with that beat in it. All you had to do was play. I walked out the hallway and saw Snoop getting his hair braided right next to that room. And I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did it, man. I figured it might add. I just wanted to see his reaction. I pushed play. I turned it all the way up and pushed play. And Snoop ran in the room. Like, what beat is this? And he made me calmly. I'm like, that's Tyrone's beat. That's for Pop. Woo. So I was like, man, I ain't turned that on. I ain't gonna erase that beat. He was telling me to erase it or whatever, like, he'd tear the equipment. I said, man, that's Shub's equipment. Right? So he's like, nigga, y'all know I'm doing this beat and whatever like that. So I didn't know. I act like, man, I don't know this is what Pac asked him to do and whatever like that. I'm really kind of being sassy in a way, you know, but I'm acting like I really didn't know, you know. And he said Shub was on his way to Hawaii there to do Slip and Slide with Danny Boy. So he had to go call Shub to tell him that he had already had this beat. Because you remember, it was a little tension then already with the two camps. So now Pac is doing an actual beat that Snoop was about to do. So he wanted that beat go. And I remember Heron running in. He stood by the doorway, and Heron asked me, you should just went on and race it. When Snoop called Suge, whose side you think he gonna take? He get rid of him before you get rid of me. I remember me being sassy with like Heron said, no, so he ain't got to get rid of none of us. He owns us both. You know, I was like, he owns us both. He ain't got to get rid of none of us. Both of us are signed to it. Why he got to make a decision? You know what I mean? So he might tell them to get rid of that beat, but he ain't getting rid of none of us. Both of us worth money to him. That was one little situation. I didn't know I did that. I was, you know, and I got to admit it, you know, before the Lord today, I got to admit it. I was being messy. I knew that he had that beat in the other room, and I hit that button, and I got really more than I really wanted, because I had never really seen Snoop mad at me like that. You know what I mean? Like, or actually go off on anybody like that. Only time I actually saw him go off was when his dog, one time one of his dogs that everybody loved, one of his dogs hung himself at home in a sheet. And I remember him yelling at Shantae over the phone, how my dog died? What you mean my dog hung himself? You know, two times I see him that angry. You know what I mean? But yeah, I have never told that story to Kurt or Hurt 'Em Bad. I might have told Hurt 'Em Bad when he got to work that day. I might have told him Snoop got mad because he heard Joe beat doing the same beat. But I ain't told him more than once, I'm sure.
Once again, it's J-Mix here. And I want to thank all my YouTube subs and viewers, all the forum members at TupacNation.net, and keep it locked right here because the final part with Darryl Harper will be out shortly. And I got many more names to come. I'll see everybody on the next upload. One love, everybody.
A J-Mix exclusive. Whatever, shut up.